This is a completely new hypothesis on how the origin of life was powered. Totally different from volcanic vent, totally different from, what was the other one? Metabolism first. This is how life powers itself now. And this is a version of how the environment would have mimicked that situation. And eventually life would mimic that situation in mitochondria. Mitochondria power life today by a similar mechanism. And that I'll explain in the rest of the video. Hi, my name's Eduardo Hernandez. I am the researcher that came up with the latest theory on the origin of life called emergent chemical evolution, which I explain in my book. It's available in a link in the description, available on Amazon. Today we have such a difficult situation with climate change because we have injected so much carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which created catastrophic change for life. Crustaceans can't make their shells. Of course, climate change. All of that due to how much carbon we've put into the atmosphere. How much carbon have we put in? It went from 0.0280 to 0.0421%. That minuscule amount has caused that much devastation in our environment and to life. Now, and that is with an atmosphere that is saturated with oxygen brought in by life. Now imagine what would have happened before there was life, when it was at least 10% carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and no oxygen at all, free oxygen available in the atmosphere. So what effect would that carbon dioxide would have had on the ocean? Because at that time, before there was life, the entire Earth was covered with oceans, no land masses. So with the force of gravity pressuring the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere into the ocean, carbon dioxide likes to be a gas. So it would want to get out of the water, but the gravity will continue to press the carbon dioxide available in the ocean, in the atmosphere into the ocean, but the effect of the carbon dioxide would be greatest at the surface, creating a pH of 2, at least 2, because there's no oxygen available in the ocean to change or to counteract the acidity of the carbon dioxide. As you go deeper into the ocean, the effect of the atmospheric carbon dioxide would diminish because there will be less carbon dioxide available deeper into the ocean, because the effect of the carbon dioxide of the atmosphere will be less the deeper you go into the ocean. The effect will be greater at the surface, creating a pH of 2 at least. As you go deeper, the effect of the carbon dioxide will be less and the pH would go more alkaline. So you'll get at mid depth, you get a 5 pH. The deeper depth you go will be 7 pH. And as you go closer to alkaline sources like volcanic vents or geochemistry that might be more alkaline, then you'll have less acidity but more alkaline conditions, which also would change how life would evolve. But this gradation, together with the cyclic nature of the oceanic currents, especially more cyclic back then because there were no continents to interfere, you would have the contents of the ocean, which, because the source of the water of the oceans is from meteorites that have water, but also they carry amino acids. To date, we have measured up to 500 different amino acids present in meteorites. So during the heavy bombardment, which brought to us the water and a lot of the volatile elements, you would have had these things crashing into the oceans at an alarming rate. But with the experiments conducted by Professor Blank at the time at Goddard's NASA Research Center. She showed that asteroids carrying amino acids, once they struck the ground at ballistic velocities, would cause the amino acids to unite and cause them to become polypeptides, longer chains of amino acids. So the experiment she conducted was to represent the ice. She put the amino acids in water and then impact them. That also mimics what would have happened during the Great Heavy Bombardment. The oceans would have been full of amino acids, and you would have meteorites at high speeds impacting the water. So guess what would happen? What would happen in her experiments? Those impacts would create polypeptides of amino acids, causing them to unite more during those impacts, which also they would also introduce more amino acids into the oceans. So as the oceans cycle the amino acids do, depending on which amino acids and which pH cause those amino acids to activate, they would unite and form polypeptides. And as they would circle in, changing through those gradients, that mimics what mitochondria do today. Mitochondria produce ATP by taking concentrations of protons from one concentration in one membrane of the mitochondria, pass those proton concentrations through the proteins in the membrane of the second membrane of the mitochondria into a less concentrated region of protons. And that action would cause 38 ATPs to be produced from one sucrose molecule. The majority of the energy created by one sucrose is that those ATPs produced by that sucrose are utilized to create a concentration of protons in one membrane. And as that concentration passes through a protein, that protein would create 38 more additional ATP. Now, how would that system come to be? And my theory is this system was created by the carbon dioxide present in the Earth atmosphere, together with the power of gravity, pressuring the carbon dioxide into the ocean, and then the currents of the ocean, powered by gravity as the Earth spins, took the amino acids introduced by meteorites and caused them to pass with the current through the different gradients of pH level, causing them to activate, unite, and then pass through different amino acids. Pass through different pH levels, causing the amino acids to change conformation, and therefore any catalytic activity that those amino acid peptides could have caused would be activated by the change of pH, changing their conformation, and that change in conformation causes them to create their catalytic activity. That's what ATPs do today. They introduce a proton into the protein. That protein changes its conformation due to that activation, and that change in conformation is what causes it to create that catalytic activity. This system would have caused that to happen constantly all over the world, to trillions upon trillions of different amino acid peptides, and that would have initiated life. Please put any comments, make any comments underneath. See if you agree or disagree. I will not promote a theory if I don't believe in it. And I'm not afraid of challenge. Challenge is what progresses science. And I'm not afraid. I have thousands, no, not thousands, maybe a couple of hundred references demonstrating that most of the conjectures that I have are backed by science today. Thank you very much.